Hello friends, welcome to another exciting STEAM camp video. I'm Ms. Wiz and I'm your coach for today's activities, which were designed by the Bay Area Discovery Museum. So before we get started, let's take a quick look at our schedule for today. First of all, we're going to have an opening circle, then we'll have our first activity, then we'll do a brain break, do the second activity before we do our closing circle and end the video. So we always start with our song. So grab your friends, the family, the pets, who's ever in the household with you right now, settle in close to the computer and let's do our welcome song. Here we go. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. We're glad you're here today. Now join me. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends, we're glad you're here today. Thank you for singing and moving along with me. I appreciate that. So, S in STEAM stands for science. And today we're going to do another science-based activity. Last week and today and next week, we're talking about the science of physics. Physics is all about physical sciences. So sounds and motion and friction and gravity and a whole bunch of different things are all under this physics title of science. Last week we talked about push and pull. We made paper airplanes and the slingshots, and that's all about giving things, applying the force to things so they accelerate. Move. All right, now today we're going to be talking about friction. Friction is all about the force that slows things down or decelerates things. So we have push and pull, which are moving things and causing them to accelerate. And now we have friction, which kind of slows them down and decelerates them. So some things that you can see where friction works is in your car. Now, when you need to stop, the person in the car puts their foot on a pedal and magically the car stops. Well, it's not actually magical. What happens is there's a brake, and the brake, and here's the wheel, and the brake, someone presses the pedal and it pushes on the wheel and causes it to stop. Right? That's pretty cool. So this makes it so the friction makes it hard for it to move and it'll stop. Same thing happens when you run. I'm running, and I want to stop. And I put my foot down on the ground, and I push a little bit harder on it, and that force of me pushing causes me to stop. Right? So you can see friction by rubbing our hands together. Actually, you can feel friction too. Feel how your hands feel different? Maybe they're getting a little warmer. Oh, Ms. Wiz, what's that all about? Well, because of this motion, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, the rubbing is actually causing friction, which makes an energy, a heat energy, right? So now, if we wanted to make that friction be less, what could we put on our hands to cause that friction to be less? Maybe lotion? Yeah, that would make it nice and kind of smooth and provide what's called a lubrication. You might hear that's why people put oil in their cars. So the friction for your engine will not be as great. You put oil, lotion into the car, right? Also, sometimes water. You put your hands in the water and you rub them back and forth. They're going to feel a little bit different, all right? The water is going to cause a little bit of a barrier and keep your hands feeling a little bit different. An example of this is when you're running outside in the rain. I'm running in the rain. I'm running, and I go to stop. Well, I kind of slide a little bit, right? So again, there's a little bit of a barrier. The water, the lotion, the oil causes a little bit of area, so the friction is not as great. So today we're going to talk about and show how friction works in different ways and how we can make friction be less and make friction be more. But first of all, I have for you today, I have a book. I'm very excited. Is this? There it is. Sorry about that. That took too many clicks to do it. And our book today is called Oscar and the Cricket. It's a book about motion, moving, and rolling. It was written by Jeff Waring. And I got this book on the Open Library. I talked about the Open Library last week. This is a source for books that you don't need to have a library card for. You type in Open Library, and all it does is you set up a username and password, and you have access to a whole bunch of books that sometimes they're not as new. And so someone has taken the time to scan an actual book for us to read. So this is very exciting. So this is called Oscar and the Cricket, a book about moving and rolling. So I'll let you know that Oscar is the cat. So here he is. One fall day, Oscar was up on the hill when he found something round and red in the grass. What's that round red thing? Did you guess what that is? Yeah, Oscar the cat has found a ball. He sniffed it and he nudged it. What could it be? Cricket jumped up. It's a ball, he said. You can make it roll. Try pushing it with your paw. So Oscar did. The ball rolled away through the grass, then lay still. Why did it stop? Oscar asked. The thick grass slowed it down, Cricket said. Try rolling it on the path. But a long branch was lying in the way. We'll have to move it, Cricket said. I'm not big or strong enough, but you are, Oscar. Try giving it a pull. Push and pull, that's one of our forces, remember? Ah! Oscar groaned, and slowly the branch started to move. Oscar put the ball on the path and gave it another push. Remember our forces, push and pull. Give it a push, and what happened when he pushed it? This time it started rolling along and along and along. The smoother the surface you roll it on, Cricket said, the farther it will go. It's rolling in a straight line, Oscar noticed, and it's heading towards, what's it heading towards? Oh my goodness, the tree. Bounce. Oh dear, Oscar said. It's all right, said Cricket. The ball hit the side of the tree, and that made it roll in a different direction. Whoa, that's pretty cool. For a moment, Oscar stopped watching the ball to look up. All the leaves were swaying and fluttering. The leaves are moving by themselves, Oscar said. It looks like it, Cricket said, but the wind is pushing them and making them move. Oh, the wind is making things move too. Does everything need a push to make it move? Oscar asked. What about me? You can move by yourself, Cricket said. Most animals can. Our bodies have muscles to help us. And he jumped up and down. Moving makes you change shape, Oscar said, laughing. We can move our muscles to move ourselves and to move other things too, Cricket said. A leafcutter ant can lift 50 times its own body weight in its jaws. A spider monkey can swing its whole body by its tail. Excuse me, I tripped over that word, didn't I? A hawfinch can pick up a hard seed and put it in its bill. A dung beetle can push a ball of dung the size of an apple with its back legs. And an elephant can pull down a tree branch with its trunk. Just then, Oscar saw the ball again, lying in the grass. And this time he gave it a great big push. It rolled through some mud. It rolled through some leaves. Is it slowing down? Oscar asked. Yes, said Cricket, but it hasn't stopped. You gave it such a strong push. Maybe it will never stop, Oscar said. But just then, a kitten put out a paw and the ball stopped. Hello, said Oscar. I'm Oscar, and this is Cricket. Who are you? I'm Ted, said Ted. Can I play? Ted gave the ball a push. Oscar ran after it. Look out, said Cricket. Run, roll, flutter, jump. Everything was moving on the hill. Think about moving and rolling. On the hill, Oscar found out about these things. That to get things going, sometimes you have to give it a push or a pull, or the wind can do that too. Sometimes things keep going and they bounce off of something and can change direction. They can go a new way. And sometimes an object stops by rolling, again, by friction. It can stop at a short time. Sometimes it takes even longer to roll. And sometimes it can stop instantly by like putting something on it, like the brakes, like the paw thing. So author thinks moving and rolling are great. What do you think? Moving and rolling is a pretty cool thing? I think so too. That's the end of our book. Oscar and so things moving, rolling. Let's start out by taking a tube. Right? Ms. Wiz likes paper towel tubes. Seem to go through a lot of these, so they're very cool. And a little ball. So what we're going to try to do today is make the ball move. Sound easy enough, right? Through the tube. That also sounds easy enough, right? I can put the ball in the tube, and if I raise one hand, it comes out that way. And if I raise the other hand, it comes out that way. And that seems pretty obvious. Yeah, doesn't seem like seems pretty good, right? Now, if I wasn't holding this in my hand and it was on the table, but the table was really flat, the ball's not moving. So, if you're trying to make the ball move, you have to find something to push or pull the ball. So if it's flat on the table and it's inside the tube, you're going to have to find something to put in there. I just used my finger, and it almost came out the other side. Let's push a little bit hard with my finger. There it is. It popped out. You see, it popped out right there. So you're going to have to figure out something else to do it. So what your challenge is to take a whole bunch of tubes and tape them together. Okay, and then when you put them on the table, oh, look at Ms. Wiz her tubes aren't exactly straight. This could be interesting. So if I pull the ball on this side, did you see it pop at the end? I did. I saw it pop at the end. Here we go. Boom, there it is. That's because my tubes weren't flat. So I want you, when you have time, to experiment with your different tubes. Put them on the table, maybe put them on the wall, put them on stairs, put them on the floor, and see what you can do, how long you can make your tubes flat, and what you have to do to make the ball move through your tubes. Now, this is kind of important because next week we're going to be making a big structure, and we're going to be trying to get one object from one side to the other using all different parts of forces and friction and gravity that we're talking about right now. So I want you to play around with tubes. You don't have to have them all be long. You can make them shorter if you want to, and build some ball runs for yourself in your house, because that's going to be something really fun, great activity to play with. You see how long you can make them, see how high or tall or short you want to make them, and then take a picture of it, and you can send it here to @SMC Libraries, and do a hashtag SMCL Creates, SMCL Creates, that's for San Mateo County Library Creates, and share that picture so Ms. Wiz can see the very cool things that you have made, because this is one of my favorite activities to do at camp, and I'm always so excited by seeing what everyone has created. So I'll give you some ideas for that. So now we're going to do a brain break. We're talking about forces, the forces of push and pull, and friction, and gravity that makes things fall. So we're going to do a song, and we're going to think about this. Here we go. Listen to the song of Wheels on the Bus. Remember that one? Wheels on the bus go round and round, rounds and round, round. Okay, but we're big kids. We can do a better song than that. So we go. Push and pull to make things move, make things move, make things move. Push and pull to make things move. Forces make things go. Friction is the force that slows things down, slows things down. Friction is the force that slows things down. It also makes things stop. Gravity is the force that pulls things down, pulls things down, pull things down. Gravity is the force that pulls things down. It keeps us on the ground. So push and pull to make things go, make things go, make things go. Push and pull to make things go. Forces make things move. Friction is the force that slows things down, slows things down, slows things down. Friction is the force that slows things down, also makes things stop. Gravity is the force that pulls us down, pulls us down, pulls us down. Gravity is the force that pulls us down and keeps us on the ground. So there we go. That was our song. It was also a brain break. I love it. We can do two things at once. All right, so I'm very excited about this next activity. Actually, I'm going to take a little stop here to just demonstrate how friction works. All right, so I have a clear jar, and I had a bag of rice, and it took a while for me to get the rice into the bottle. So I decided I wouldn't take time here on the video to show you how to do it. But it's very important that the bottle has a very skinny top at the top. All right, and it's very important that then you take your thumb and you press the rice down really tight inside the jar. And now we're going to do some magic. Are you ready? This is a plain, ordinary chopstick, right? And your job is to pick up the jar using only this chopstick. I can't use my hand and pick up the jar. That's too easy. We're going to take the chopstick and I'm going to put it inside the jar. Now what I'm noticing is that it's really hard to get the chopstick in the jar, right? Because the rice is all packed very tight together, right? So now what's happening is now the friction, the force that makes things stop is now causing the rice to push against the chopstick, and the chopstick is pushing against the rice. So when Ms. grabs onto the chopstick like this, she takes her hand away from the jar. Ms. Wisz did magic. Oh my goodness, look at that. Ms. Wisz just did magic for you. I just lifted a jar of rice using only a chopstick. How did I do that? Was that not cool? That's what the force of friction can do. It can make things seem like magic. That is so cool. So I want you to amaze your friends and family by doing something like this. Again, rice works the best. The great thing is the jar was clean, so I can reuse this rice for dinner tonight. All right, I'm gonna put it back in the bag when we're all done because the chopstick was clean too. And so, yeah, we're not wasting anything, but it's very cool to see how the magic of rice works. There it is again, in case you didn't believe Ms. Wisz the first time. There it is. There's my little jar. I'm spinning it around a little bit too. You can see there's no things. I have no strings. All right, this is very cool. So try to pull that chopstick out. There's a chopstick again, plain old chopstick, jar of rice. That's it. So do this at home. I can't tell you how much rice you're going to need because I don't know how big your bottle is. Ms. Wisz used a glass bottle. You can also use a plastic water bottle and stuff like that. That doesn't matter. It can be any type of chopstick. The whole thing is you got to make sure that you pack the rice in tight. Again, that's how come I did it at home, because it took me a while to pack all that rice in tight. So that is my cool kind of fun experiment for you today. So I had to share that so we didn't run out of time. So the other thing we're doing today, our second activity, is we're making zip lines. All right, so what Ms. Wisz has here, what you're gonna need is, you need some string. Ms. Wisz has yarn, and I have twine, and I have this really weird red string. And what you're going to do is you're going to attach it to, I have one end to a chair, and the other end is going to be up here on my wall. So there's one string. There's 2 string and 3 strings. No, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to set this up and be right back. Pausing Ms. Wiz. All right, so Ms. Wiz is back. I have 1, 2, 3 strings. And what we're going to do today is we're going to make a holder for some heavy objects. We're going to be using dimes, because that's what I had a lot of for some reason. And we're going to try to, what we're going to do is we're going to put it on our string. It's going to come down, and we're going to see which one it goes faster on. So you could take a cup, or you can make yourself a little basket out of a little piece of cardboard where you fold it and tape it and you can make a basket. But whatever you do, you need to have a cup, okay? You need to poke a hole in your cup. Just poke my hole in with my scissors here. Okay, I now have holes in my cup. Right. I need some more string. Cut my string. All right, you need something to go through the holes of the cup. It could be string, it can be yarn, it can be twine. Again, this is something to experiment. Different Wiz is blanking on a word here. Different materials are going to give different results because we are scientists and we're going to have different results on our different things that we do. So I am using the red string because I think you're going to be able to see it better. Okay, so now I've got the string through the holes in my cup, see? And I'm now going to tie the strings together here at the top. You also, if you happen to have pipe cleaners at home, something I don't have at home, so I don't have pipe cleaners. Sometimes when I do this activity at the library, I use pipe cleaners. You basically want to make this kind of look like a little bucket or a basket, right? So I can hold rocks. Maybe if you use a bigger cup, maybe you could put your toy cars in it. You see it's big enough to put the dime inside it right there. So now I have this, all right? And now I'm going to take a paper clip. And paper clips are kind of cool. They're the piece of metal and then you kind of thread it through. So now the paper clip is holding the little baskety bucket I have with 1 dime. And what you're going to do is you're going to put it up on your string, hook it on there. Oh, did you see that? That just zipped right along. So when you've done one, you then experiment and you see how long it takes for it to go on. Oh, that one wasn't as fast, was it? That one was kind of bumpy, right? Then we have one more to experiment with. Oh, this was trying to get the string out of the string out of the string. Paper clips can make it tricky. I've sometimes bent the paper hook in a different way. Maybe I should do that today. If you unfold the paper hook, paper clip, there it is like that. That makes it a little bit better to hook on to things. There we go. Ms. Wiz puts it on there. And there it is. So you can see that this one went a little slower. Now, woo, that one is very, very fast. You can put more dimes, less money, rocks, whatever it is, and see which one goes faster. If it goes faster with more weight, with less weight, which twine you like the best. What it is this one is very smooth. Remember we talked about putting the oil and making things more slippery. So this one is very smooth as opposed to this one here is a string. It's got nubbly things on it. I can hold it closer to you, so you can see. See, this was the string. So this one's got, so because it has these rough edges, that makes it have more friction as opposed to the red one. The red one is all shiny and slippery. See, it's kind of very smooth. So that makes it happen and makes it a lot different. So those are zip lines. Zip lines are really fun to put all on the wall and stuff like that. You guys can have races to see who goes the fastest, the furthest, and all those kind of very fun things. So today, that's what we were discussing, the forces of friction. Next week, we're going to be talking more about gravity, and we're going to be making a contraption called a Rube Goldberg machine that will be pushing and pulling and have friction and gravity, and it's going to be doing all sorts of crazy things. Miss Wiz is trying to figure out how I'm going to video it because it's going to be so crazy fun. So remember, anytime you create something and you want to share it with Ms. Wiz or the other members of the library, you go at SMC Libraries, and you go hashtag SMCL Creates, and you can take a photo and have your family member upload it to the computer, and it will go out on social media, and we'll be able to see the fabulous things that you made. So don't forget also to go to summerlearners.org, where you can register for the summer learning program. We're trying to figure out how we're going to get free books out to everyone. We're excited about that. You can register for that $1,000 scholarship and have a great time hanging out with us at STEAM Camp. So goodbye, campers. Goodbye, campers. Goodbye, campers. We'll see you soon again. I'm running out of my zip lines. All right, goodbye, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.